Will there be AOT alternative? April 30th is the day Shingeki Fly releases, and we may get to see what's in Volume 35. Volume 35 includes an 18-page long short called Bad Boy, and drafts of the additional scenes of 139 we saw from Core 2. Bad Boy is Levi's backstory, so we can assume those both are about 50 pages worth of content max. When you overlay both covers, you can compare the spines and get a possible estimate for how long Volume 35 will be. Counting the pixels, Volume 35 seems to be 45 to 53% as long as Volume 34. Since Volume 34 is 256 pages, this means Volume 35 may be 114 to 134 pages. If that estimate is accurate, there's about 60 to 80 pages we don't know of. Attack on Titan is based off German culture. In German culture, there is Walpurgis Night. Walpurgis Night is celebrated from April 30th through to the early hours of May 1st. This is an important and widespread celebration of the arrival of spring in the country. You may already know why spring is important for AoE. If relevant, this explains why Shingeki Fly was set to release in such a specific time, even though everything was already ready for release half a year ago. So, what do I predict will happen for Shingeki Fly? There are multiple possibilities. I'll start with the most optimistic outcome. The length estimate is fully accurate, and the chunk of unknown pages is a secret chapter, possibly chapter 140 setting up AoE. The second outcome is that Bad Boy ends with something heavily foreshadowing AoE. For example, the topic could shift to Eren and it could show Eren regenerating under the tree. The third outcome is the outcome I feel is the most likely. The estimate for Volume 35's length is probably wrong. However, what's important isn't directly in front of us. In Attack on Titan, what the Ackermans actually are is mostly a mystery. In the table scene, Eren gave a great explanation for what the Ackermans are, but Zeke told Eren that wasn't true. There was no explanation for what the Ackermans were after. Levi told Mikasa this.
なぜアッカーマン家が迫害されていたのかは分かりません。母のような人種的才が父にあったようには見えませんでしたし。
お前、ある時突然力に目覚めたような感覚を経験したことがあるか？
あります。
ケニー・アッカーマンにもその瞬間があったそうだ。ある時ある瞬間に突然バカみたいな力が体中から湧いてきて何をどうすればいいかわかるんだ。その瞬間が俺にもあった。
The Ackerman awakening ability was never explained despite it intentionally being set up as a big mystery. What happened for Levi to awaken was never explained either, only hinted at. In Bad Boy, we're going to see Levi's backstory, so it's possible we see Levi awaken. In that case, the most grounded possibility is for there to be no direct AoE evidence. However, Bad Boy will once again end with the same unresolved question brought up again. What are the Ackermans? With that, Isayama prepares the audience for his answer through the eventual release of AOT Alternative. April 30th is just after the 3-year mark of Attack on Titan's first ending. A good question regarding AoE is a simple one. Why would Isayama wait so long to reveal AoE? I believe the answer is simple. For the manga, Isayama worked for about 11 years. Being a manga artist is extremely demanding mentally and physically. Isayama was definitely burnt out after working so long on a story. Considering that, it's only logical that Isayama would take a long break before starting work again. In Isayama's own words, "I will be sad if there is no one who knows Attack on Titan in that era, so I have to work hard from now on." With this context, we can also consider another aspect why a 3-year wait is important too. So many plot points are still unanswered. Isayama's long break means whatever he has planned is something worth the wait. The number 3 is additionally an important number when it comes to Attack on Titan. Could the return be right after the release of Shingeki Fly? Could the anime's ending have marked the beginning of our long wait instead? After Shingeki Fly, we may know the answer.